I swear, this song gets stuck in my head every time I play it. Anyways, welcome. Let's build ourselves some roller coasters. Where am I at? My parks. I feel like we kind of stabilized last time. We did pretty good. Got some more money in the bank. So we should be safe to build a custom roller coaster without having to worry about running out of money. Because that's the biggest thing. You invest a whole bunch of money into a coaster and like it's not even finished, so it's like you can't open it to run it. And then you're just like hoping that you're still working in the net positive so you can make enough money to finish it. But I think we have like $12,000, somewhere around in there. 21. I had the numbers backwards. Well, that's even better. We'll take it. So, here we are. I think I'm going to... Okay, the speed's already down to real time. While we're building this, I think I'm going to leave it on real time. I thought about maybe just like straight up pausing the game. So like I don't have to worry about losing any of this money. Excuse me, I got something caught in my throat. But I think we'll just leave it real time. Because then if any issues pop up, like I'll have time to resolve them. Because like I'm not going to be paying too much attention to the notifications, honestly, while I'm building it. So we'll just leave it real time and kind of let the park run itself for the most part. We'll do a quick checkup on the and everything. I'm surprised there's no gift shops. That's something we can fix later. So expensive. Which one's Wild Blue 2? This one? That's teacups. This is Wild Blue 2. Okay, we got prestige of 440, which means we're overcharging. This should be closer. The prestige must have dropped way down now that it's established and isn't new anymore. So now that it's not new, we'll drop this down. We'll say 11.5. Shouldn't be. I mean, we could probably go with $12, but 11.5 will keep people happy for a while. There's still a little bit of queue. Not going to make nearly as much profit every month, but that's fine. It's the most I've seen in a carousel in a while. See, people are complaining about it being so expensive, and then people are talking about queue times. People do seem to walk out pretty slowly. That's the downside to this ride in particular. It's a lot of fun, but there aren't very many people that can ride it at any point in time, so the overall profit graph is probably not the greatest. Okay, so the ride we want to do is, was it a track ride? Not a blueprint. We want to do our own custom one. I don't know. I guess these are just cosmetic differences. I don't really think... This is kind of like a red train, and this is kind of like a rusty greenish one. I don't think there's any other difference other than that. I might go with kind of the rusty green one. Or should I go with the red one? I don't know. But before I even get to thinking about the actual ride itself, I kind of want it to be sort of riding along these mountain range kind of mini mountain range kind of things. So, and going like through tunnels and stuff. So what we're going to do first is probably sculpt out the landscape. I kind of wish my border was a little further back. I guess that the line simply means I can't place anything outside of it. Can I sculpt terrain outside of it though? Increase our brush size. Also, let's lock the lighting. Just lock it at 10 a.m. That's fine. No, I can't even sculpt the landscape outside the lines. So, I still kind of want to do it in this area though. because I can create these mountains that'll kind of block the view out into the wilderness kind of thing. That's ultimately what you want to do. This one you can obviously still see, but this ride isn't going to be here permanently. So this is probably eventually going to be moved somewhere else and then be changed into like gift shops and restaurants and other stuff. Plus, this area right next to kind of like Main Street as you come in is not going to be rides either. That's the long-term vision of it. But if I'm going to be sculpting landscape for this ride, I need to think long-term because it's you can't move landscape with the rides, you know. Like I can move the rides and the landscape will update enough to accommodate it. In other words, if it like goes down beneath ground level, it'll dig a tunnel, but at least I assume it does. But it won't like build up the land to the mountain. So I guess let's just get to it. It's going to be kind of random, I think, and then I'll just kind of adjust as I see fit, sort of. Intensity. We'll leave auto paint on for now because we'll probably end up. What would be really cool is if it had stylus compatibility. Get out my Wacom tablet, kind of draw them in. Now, okay, good. If I hold control, I can do I can carve out, so I don't have to constantly be switching back and forth. Might as well take full advantage of this back plane. It's going to be weird, but we don't care about the view from that angle, I don't think. And I got to think about how big I want this ride to be. It's probably, I'm going to try and keep it at least a little bit compact. It's not as if we're lacking for space, but you know. It's going to look very blobby starting out. And then we'll kind of sculpt it to be more chiseled or something, like using this to kind of flatten out some planes. Use the roughen tool, you know. Make it more mountain-like. Something like that. It makes it even... It's already looking a little bit better. And so we'll kind of sculpt out the landscape and however the landscape ultimately ends up looking. And I got to think about the queue as well. Oops. Oh, I don't need you there. How do I make you... I want to drag you down. How did I pulled it up. How do I pull it back down? There it is. No? Oh, apparently that's separate. There it is. Okay. Drag it down out of my way. Wild Blue 2 is broken down. Okie doke. Oh, I never looked at my staff to make sure everyone was happy. Looks like everyone is. High workload. But I'm sure they'll be fine. No entertainers. Janitors. Everyone's fine there. Vendors. Everybody's on the correct rosters. Low work there. But he's still pretty happy, so I'll take that as okay. Security guards. Probably train him up eventually, but not a priority at the moment. Probably could lower the capacity on that. I don't think we ever actually hit the capacity, but back to our sculpting. Like I said, I don't particularly know what I'm going for. We're probably just gonna kind of loop the train around. Oh, you know what would be really cool? Is if it went down underneath the path and came up around and circled around over here. Or I gotta think about where I'm gonna place the queue and where I'm gonna actually have the loading place. So maybe if we actually have the loading zone over here and the queue kind of over here, and then like there's some mountains over here that also provide a backdrop to these buildings over here. So like it'll loop around over here and then it'll go into the road and kind of loop around over here and then come back in. Like it'll come up a tunnel underneath here and then back into the station. Like this would be the loading zone, and then right over here would be where it comes up. Kind of like that idea. Kind of want to make a big mountain. Not too big, because this is where we're going to... Ugh, too intense. Because this is where we need our queue to be. So why is it doing this weird thing around the path? There it is. I think what this does is you click on the flat area that you want it to be matched to, and then you kind of drop next to it. We'll need to retexture this to kind of be a little less green, but that's not too big of a deal. I'm thinking about, so on rides like these, they kind of have their initial build up, and I kind of want to think about that in advance. So if it comes up over here, it's going to be leaving the station over here. So it comes up, maybe it kind of loops behind these buildings, comes around the top of this mountain, or maybe it comes around the backside of this mountain, it hits the top of this mountain, you kind of get this view over the park, and then there's like this big cliff drop off where it dips down into the ground under here. Do I want it to go over the path or under the path? I think I kind of want it to go over the path to get over to this side, and then it'll go under the path getting back. I wonder if I could make like a big stone arch. You know, kind of like those big boulder things that are like, I don't know, it looks like all the water's kind of corroded away. Corroded, is that the right word? Eroded the way bottom of them, so they're kind of like, they're kind of spindly on the bottom, and then there's like this big boulder perched on top. So like, it would leave here, come around the backside of this mountain, come up over this big bouldery arch, kind of loop around these mountains through here, come down underneath the path, and then back into the station. I wonder if I should do this with the landscape tool, or if I should maybe use the stone props. How do you make money in this game? Always lose loads. Rides, I think, are generally, when you're starting out, you want to start with rides. They're really what you can be your big money maker. Don't worry about putting in a whole bunch of different shops. I actually found vending machines earn a pretty decent amount of money for not a whole lot of investment. They're like $100 each. These ones, I mean, sometimes it's hit and miss. Like this one isn't earning very much, but I mean, this one's earning 78 bucks. It's kind of the beginning of the month. No, it's not. Well, maybe I should eat my words. Okay, well, don't start with vending machines, but definitely start with rides. Someone provided me a tip last time. The trick for... Okay, that one's broken down, but the trick for pricing rides is you look at your prestige and you basically first divide it by 100. So this one would be, 3.48, and then multiply it by 3. And that's what you charge for the ticket price. So this has a prestige of 348, and the ticket price is about 3 times. It's roughly about 3 times 3.48. It's priced under a little bit because I want to keep my queues full. I'd rather have the queues over full than under full. And so like when you kind of go over that formula, people start complaining about it being too expensive. This one had a higher prestige. It's gotten a little bit up there now, but you can see the prestige is 5. It's bumped up since I started actually just today, but this prestige was down to like 4 something, so I had bumped the ticket prices way down. You will have an initial burst of prestige where's it at? When you first start up, it gets a huge boost of prestige. And then after like the first month or something, it's not new anymore. So you got to keep an eye on it the first month. You can charge a bit extra that first month, but then you got to drop it down. And as long as you kind of keep that ticket formula, people will generally be willing to pay the prices. Another trick I was taught is all these rides have this queue scenery rating. Now, you can certainly drop down, hundreds of the little plants and rocks and decorations, but I was told that speakers apparently raise the scenery rating a ridiculous amount, and it's true. Like, I think I have one like hidden in this bush somewhere. But I put like this one speaker up here on this ride, and it bumped the scenery rating by like 10%. Oh yeah, there's the other speaker right there. So just like, I think it's under scenery, and then you go into the audio settings here, and it just has these different speakers. And just like put a couple of those around your queue, and that'll really bump up your scenery rating, which helps boost the prestige. And consequently, if the prestige goes up, then you can charge more for ticket prices. With your staff members, just try to run with the bare minimum, I guess. I don't really know if there's any kind of thing, if there's any really technique to it. With my vendors, I have one more vendor than there are shops. So I have 4 vendors, but only 3 shops are open. So at any point in time, one of them can go and rest and do whatever. I had this actually right here. This building here has a restaurant in it. I found out restaurants are apparently not that easy to run. You can see all this different scenery stuff I put around it, but the scenery rating is only 64%. I haven't found any kind of trick to raise that up easily. I guess you just have to have a ton of stuff around it. Prestige is pretty low, I guess just because it's been closed. I closed it down because I was losing money on it. In fact, I closed, for a period of time, I'd closed everything down except the rides, just because I was a bit strapped for cash. I've been running for about 15 in-game days now, I think, or around there, and I haven't actually made that much money. I think most of this money I made last time. But it's steadily going up. The thing that hurts you the most is like when rides break down and stuff, but I don't know if there's any trick to keeping your rides from breaking down less, other than having enough mechanics that are going around doing maintenance on them regularly. Like, you see this one, where's it at? You can see like the wear and tear. You want to keep that as high as possible, because the further that goes down, the more likely it is to break down. You can change the inspection schedule. I have everything on the lowest number, so they're inspecting it regularly. And we've been okay with not having very many breakdowns, and when the breakdowns do happen, they aren't for very long. But it seems kind of random. Sometimes the wear and tear will be at full and they'll still break down, so maybe there's always that chance. But I'm by no means an expert at this game. This is only like my second park. And I think I put as much time into the first park before I started this one. Okay, so now I was talking about putting the big arch thing here. How big are these boulders? They're pretty big, but I'm talking like really big boulders. Nature rocks. It's like even the biggest boulders aren't huge. And like I'm talking about making an arch here, so let's try sculpting it with terrain. I can always, in fact, let's just save the park now, and I'll revert back if I don't like the way it ends up looking. Probably costs a bit more money than if I was just using props. So let's see if it'll let me do this. Set up the intensity. It's gonna look it's gonna look really weird starting out. It's gonna look like a big worm kind of arched over. As with any sculpting, you gotta rough out the shape first. So if I sculpt this up, will it? Yes, it will meet. So I kind of want to make it look like, oops. Make it look like something, I don't know. We'll get there. It'll get there. See, like Insanity 1 just broke down. I have no idea which one is Insanity 1. You're Insanity 1. I guess when you get to about halfway point, that's when the likelihood seems to really jump up of something breaking down. Like, it always gets to that point. You'd figure, like, it would be, like, 50-50 or something when it gets to halfway mark, but I don't know what the math is. Hey, you want to come up, Kitty? Do you want lap time? Hmm? Let's change the lighting to maybe noon. Should put the sky, nope, 12 p.m. Get a little bit evener lighting on both sides this way. Not sure what the chisel tool does. Maybe what I want. Kind of roughing it up a little bit. I really think this will look a lot better once I get some color on it. Don't have too many textures to choose from. I kind of wish I had the desert texture that on the same as these desert rocks. I don't know if texture is something you can import in. I'm pretty sure I'm limited to the type of biome I chose for this map. What about? I think this. Oh, I think this might be more of the rock I'm looking for. You had to use loans for the rest of the park and ended up at -9. Yikes. Loans are a tricky thing. I think I started... You gonna put your butt right on the microphone, huh? Lay down. It's the rules. You come up here, you gotta lay down. Ugh. I think I had to take a loan at the very start of this challenge park. It wasn't too much. It was just... I started with only like 4,000 bucks. And I drew the roads out, and then I put down a carousel and this thing. And I think that's all my park had in the very beginning. And then I wasn't making very much money on those rides, so I was like, crap, I got to put down another ride. So I took out a loan that enabled me to put down this ride. And the biggest thing is, when you take the loan, you got to make sure that whatever the monthly payment is on that loan, you're making up for whatever it is you buy. You can't take a loan and then put down a whole bunch of stuff that's not going to make you more money. Because otherwise you'll just be paying on a loan that's pointless, I guess. I guess I'm gonna have to live with this gray rock as much as I didn't want to. And so like when I was considering taking out a loan to start my custom track ride. But then when someone came in and taught me about all the different pricing structures and how to price your rides, I actually started making money, and so I was like, okay, this is nice. I don't have to worry about taking out a loan to build it anymore. But yeah, you just got to make sure your rides are priced right, and you know, you're not spending money on something that's not making you anything. Hey, what's up, Top Cats? How you been? I was actually just telling this other guy about the tips you'd given me last time about how to price rides and how the speakers can raise scenery rating a ton. Let's roughen this up a little bit, actually. Top Cats, you're gonna have much better advice for how to make money in a park than I will. I'm sure you have significantly more experience. Yeah, I'm not doing too bad. I decided tonight is when I'm going to focus on building my custom train ride. I'm kind of building out the scenery for it first. The plan for it is to have the queue and they'll line up right here. It's going to kind of loop around this mountain some way, maybe come up over this arch. I'm a little unsure about that, but some way it's going to basically cross over to the other side of the map, kind of loop around these mountains, go through a tunnel. Ultimately, it's going to go under the path here, come up on this side, and then back into the station. I'm sure that plan will change as I actually start sculpting out the actual tracks, but we'll see. I have actually not made my own custom ride as of yet, so this will be a learning experience for me, to say the least. Stop it, will you? I just kind of want a nice peek. You can build the coaster, then build up the terrain under it. Yeah, I could see doing that as well. It's probably it's going to be a little bit back and forth with this ride. Like I'm going to build up kind of like the starting terrain, and then I'll probably ultimately adjust the terrain to match. Like if the ride makes sense to go straight through this mountain, I'm going to, either build a tunnel through it, or I'll just take out the mountain and move it somewhere else. I really wish, though, that I had more texture options. Like, I wish, even though this is like forest, I don't know what you'd call this biome or whatever, but basically the Greenland. Greenland? No. I wish I could put down like fake snow. I wish I could use like the desert rocks and stuff. Which I can put down those props and stuff, which will help, but... Oh, that's not wrong. Oh, you could research them? Oh, that's what I need to do then. I've done a little bit of research. Maybe there's like a hidden research. Is there? I don't know. Maybe you can answer this. Is there like a hidden research tree or something? And so like I gotta research other stuff before I can get to it. Shops and facilities are always cheap, so I might as well research that. Vintage cheese, pinnacle speed, summit and plummet. Free spinning? Sure. Let's go let's just bump it up to 3,000, get it done with. Money's gonna be passively coming in as I'm working on this ride anyways. You know what I want to do? Lay down the base texture of these little rocks and then use the big rocks. Big rock texture to kind of clean it up. It kind of looks like... I mean, it kind of looks like rock, but looks like props done on a budget a little bit. Maybe if I roughen it up more. Oh, it has auto paint. Let's turn off. Sample? Okay, sampled. Kitty, you need to... Okay, I'll get down. It's fine. We'll head for building coasters. When you place a piece, there are 2 tabs on the right that have options for the track, like speed settings for lift rails. Or for lift hills. Alright, I'll keep an eye out for that. That's the shortcut key for intensity. I guess the benefit of this being terrain rather than props is if I decide to paint it differently later, it'll be easy to do so. Like it won't matter if there's props or anything on it. I can just paint directly over them. Thanks, I'm glad you like it. You built anything cool in your park recently? It's a little bit better. Might need to do something through here. But I might end up putting more western buildings along the back side of this that the ride can loop over. I think it's a good start, so maybe I'll get started putting down tracks so I know more about what I want to do. Last thing I did was a pirate-themed hotel. Nice. I haven't put down any kind of hotels yet. Do they seem to be making good money, or is there like... I'm guessing you probably want to wait for hotels until you have a decent size guest list, so to speak. Like you have a lot of people coming in. Because I'm guessing only a certain percentage of your park members are actually going to use hotels, and hotels probably have a high upkeep. And so you want to have enough tenants to actually profit from a hotel. 2 or 3 people using your hotel every month is not good. Okay. Red or green? Let's go red. So... maybe just kind of close to this mountain so that I have room for the queue. Yeah, I know it's intersecting terrain. All right, let's see what we got here. Stop start track allows the train ride to stop for a certain amount of time before continuing. Very straightforward. Entry right. Wait a second. Does this mean like you can have multiple tracks? Station and entry left, exit left. Or is that more... Wait, hang on a second. Is this track ride more like something for doing... Oh, this is not the track ride I thought it was. This is more like for doing park tours. This isn't something that you want to do like high-speed rails with. Okay, hang on a second. Probably more what I was wanting is something I don't actually have yet. Because this actually has a conductor. I was thinking more like... I mean, it makes sense that if it would be under coaster. But I don't have anything train-themed. I was hoping for... I mean, this still could be okay, but I was hoping for... For some reason in my head, I had this as more of a faster ride. And I don't have any train-themed ones. And I don't know if there's anything... Vintage cheese? You need a coaster. Click the custom tab. Oh, was it not under the custom tab? Oh, here we go. Yeah, but I want the train-like aesthetic. This one could be okay. Here's a train theme coaster. Do you... can I just sell that? Yeah. Do you know which one I need to research in particular? Yeah, I figured there probably is at least one that exists, but... Like, genuinely, I kind of like the surprise of not knowing what I'm researching, but... Do you happen to actually, know? Is it the vintage... Vintage cheese sounds like it would be kind of like an old-timey wooden roller coaster style, which might be okay. I assume it's not the track ride, because the track ride is all these other slower ones. And what I'm really wanting is more of a coaster-like train. Alright, you can go check. Guess I'll keep working on landscape. See, this is the color I was really hoping for, these rocks, but I can always go back and paint. If I ever do get the texture that fits the desert rock, I'll go back and repaint this terrain, but in the meantime, maybe we'll use like grasslands and deciduous rocks. But the parking I was streaming a few weeks ago, okay. Snow boulder? I can put down snow boulders, but I can't actually paint down snow. Until I get more plant life, some of these rocks are going to look a little out of place. Weird, why does it want to put it so high up there? Let's put a line to surface. Oh, okay, so that's what the whole track switching thing was. I think it'd be pretty cool. Once this part gets big enough, it'd be pretty cool to have a train ride that people could take around the park. Or something similar. It doesn't necessarily need to be a train, but... What are all of them? River Rapids, I'm sure. Oh, I mean, that one's pretty straightforward. Log Flume. That's basically Splash Mountain equivalent. Or maybe it's more like, is it the Matterhorn, the one that we're riding in the log? I don't know. I'm just gonna put in all kinds of rocks. Don't see any particular reason not to. I mean, other than that, I guess I'm going to probably resculpt some of this. it's looking a little weird. Mine Train Canyon Runner. Is that what it's going to be called in the research? Is the question. I guess I probably just have to start researching coasters until I find the right one. I will start with vintage cheese. Let that one finish, and then we'll dump all our funds into the other one. Gonna lose some of our train money, but that's okay. Okay, you believe it is? Then I believe you. So we'll work on scenery until we get to that point. Yeah, I mean, my basis for coaster prices was really just based upon the blueprints. Like if I just even look at maybe one of the more expensive coasters. Oh, those are customs. Like this one is 14,000. It's a pretty decent sized coaster. I could build it outright right now if I wanted to, but I don't. And like my plans for this ride is not quite that large. It's going to mostly be contained within this area. It's going to be compact, I guess. So I'm going to put some of my money towards research right now until I find that perfect ride. Because this is going to be a permanent ride. With the landscaping and stuff, it's not going to be movable. Well, I mean, it will be movable, but then I'd have to resculpt. And that doesn't sound like fun. You know, the dust would kind of settle in these recesses a little bit. Might be some scraggly bits of greenery occasionally. Moss that grows on the dark side of a hill or something. Oh, we got dead grass. Spiral coaster. New research available. Coal transporter. It's probably the next best bet for something Western-like. What can I do with this mountain to make its face a little less boring? Shrubs, maybe? Rocks? Oh, a big scraggly tree up top. That'd be kind of cool. Just going like a dead, dry tree, maybe? Kind of like that. Now I want some kind of like... I don't know what I want. Ivy, I think, is a little bit too green. Like, generally what you'd find on, like, rocky terrain like this is you'd find, like, little small stunted trees. Like, you might find a tree like this, but it would be super tiny and, like, all compact, probably from, like, the local wildlife nibbling at it as they pass by. Where'd you go? Where's that little red bush? Red leafy bush. There you go. Eh, it looks fine from a distance. Broken down again, huh? I wonder if I should speed up time while the research is running. Everything seems to be pretty okay at self-maintaining. Queues are a bit long here. Am I underpricing it? Pricing's pretty okay for where it's at. Maybe a little underpricing, but not by that much. Also, hang on a second. Why does this volume reset itself? Every time I start up the map, this volume is always back up to 100%. Like, the music is great and all, but I really don't want to listen to it every single time. Seems like a bit of a bug. Coal transport, is it? Nice. All right, I'm gonna... It makes sense. Coal transporter sounds like a coal train kind of thing. Let's just get it rolling now. I'm gonna bump you down to 1,000 again. Bump you up to 300. That's fine. We're gonna have a little less money to build the ride with, but we'll still have a good chunk. We'll definitely have more than enough. My guess is the research name is different because it's meant to sort of obfuscate. Like it's supposed to be more like I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like they're trying to hint at what the research is going to actually find rather than flat out telling you. You say large, but I do not think that means what you think it means. I guess compared to the people, yeah, it's pretty large. To be fair. What if I just put like one tree at the very top of this? If I just put this guy like right up here. I will leave it there. It's fine for now. We'll see how I feel a little bit later. Well, it doesn't look the worst. Shop information has been empty for a while. Why? It always says that, and then oftentimes I come back here and it's not. But it is. It is in fact empty. Still making money despite its emptiness. 1, 2, 3. I have 4 staff members and only 3 shops. I'm guessing 2 of them are resting. Serving. Yeah, one's... Okay, so one's headed to the staff building, one's heading back. No, wait. Headed to staff building, resting at staff building. Oh, I guess they kind of just timed up so that... Give you a little bit of training. Maybe you won't have to go rest nearly as much. Can't find a staff building with space. Really? I have 5 people taking a break right now. Guess so. It's not usually a problem, but I'll bump it up 1 for now. What's our research looking like? 35 days? Maybe I'll bump up the speed. If I want to get this custom ride done tonight. I need some, like, real trees. What would make sense here? Maybe some firs. What's another kind of higher mountain tree? Not a swamp tree, that's the exact opposite. Birch, maybe? I think I'm at normal difficulty. I honestly don't remember. What you change the trees aren't slanted? I just changed align. I just unchecked align to surface. So like if I have aligned to surface, you can see it'll jut out at a weird angle. But you know, trees always grow upright, so I uncheck it. I think they just naturally snap to the surface, but unchecking align to surface keeps them from being at a weird angle. I don't know if there's a way to check what difficulty I'm on. If it says anywhere or not. But I'm pretty sure it was just normal. I didn't really care. I didn't feel like I wanted the challenge of something harder, and I felt like easy would be too easy. Just this challenge. So yeah, I'm gonna assume I'm just at the normal challenge park. Objectives top left. Go away. Coaster challenge, fireworks, park rating. Notifications are just notifications. Help. Nothing that's really telling me. Oh, we have research completed. Is it the one we're looking for? Coal transporter. Yeah, this is the kind of ride we're wanting. Right. Yeah, it's the challenges. I don't... Holy cow, notifications. Let's bump down to normal speed. I don't see anything that says what level of challenge it is. I'm going to assume it's not under track rides, but coasters. Oh, it already gives you a pre-built one, the Rebel. No, we're going custom. Yeah. It's funny, it almost kind of actually works. Almost. Obviously, it would require a few modifications. Oh, that would be kind of cool if like the entry platform was underground as well. Nope, not doing it. Gotta do the custom. What? Whoa. I guess I need to flatten out. Yeah, I need to flatten it out. That's what's going on. Now, I don't particularly know if the difference... I'm guessing flatten to foundation makes it perfectly level, whereas flatten to surface just flattens it to whatever surface. It makes it parallel to whatever surface I'm clicking on. So flatten to foundation, probably what I want. It's going to be a bit harsh, but we can smooth that out later. Mouse hunt? You're telling me that is not a mouse? I don't know what monstrosity, what Dr. Frankenstein built that, but that is not a mouse. But okay. Going for the hard challenge, huh? Good luck. Okay, actually, can I... Nope, hang on. I want out of this. I want out of this madhouse. Coasters, custom, mine train. Can I go? Why can I not go? I guess the platform has to be raised a little bit. Never mind. Okay, so I'm gonna start with standard tracks, and then I'll put in, I'll change it to like lift tracks and drivetrains as I figure out how it's actually going to work. Also, I need to put a bunch of scenery here so people can't just like walk up to it. Maybe put the exit queue out the back there. That'll work. Right exit near the front. People get off faster. Really? Why is that? Oh, is this the exit right here? Like they jump off this side and then come out here? Oh, I was picturing them jumping off at the opposite side and then filtering out. But yeah, I guess making the exit right here makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? Okay, well, I'm guessing this is pretty straightforward, so let's get to work, shall we? It's autocomplete. I'm not gonna worry about that. Okay, what are all the options we got here? Angle snap. I'm gonna turn off angle snap for the time being, so I can freeform it exactly how I want. Height markers. Sea level. Oh, it tells me the height marker there. Camera. Color. Hopefully it'll be easy to change the color later on, because I'm not going to worry about it now. Got our gauges, results, heat maps. Cool, cool. Non-inverted what? Utilities, standard track. These are just like pre-built curves for you, I guess, so you don't have to worry about it. Huh. Okay. But we ain't doing that. Always height marker helps keep track of your speed. I can't really tell the speed though until I test it, right? So I mean, might as well build it, test it, see where we're at, and then go from there. Oh yeah, I guess I don't think this one can be inverted just because of the nature of the cart, but I guess having a quick and easy loop would be nice. Oh, you can make this like a wild ride across your park, I guess. So you can have different stations. Okay. Block section, trim brakes, friction brakes, drivetrains. Okay, well. Now, what are my shortcut keys? In fact, let's go look at them right now. Controls. Coaster edit. Use handle, build track. Oh, you just click. Or enter. It's easy enough. Now, obviously, these are going to need to be chain lifts to get them up here. The idea is kind of like to maybe lift them up slowly, kind of get a view of the park as they go around this, and then maybe have a little bit of a drop that gets some speed going up and over this arch, and then another big drop that kind of takes them around, and then just kind of play it by ear from there. I want to make the ride fun, first and foremost. Usually chainless can't curve. Some rides they can. Okay. This one, yeah. The drive tires can only be placed on flat and unbanked tracks. Oh, yeah. As soon as I switch it to the chain drive, it's like, nope. Okay, so that's definitely something to consider. If they can't even start out on the first slope. This changes things slightly. Oh, these ones can go on a curve. They just can't be banked. So that's probably what we'll end up doing is... EFN value whilst on a chain lift does not contribute. Maybe the drive tires don't have a vertical limit. Can the drive tires not go vertical? Oh. So the drive tires can turn, but they can't go vertical. Chain lifts can go vertical, but they can't turn. How do I do this then? The station will push it, but once it leaves the station something has to propel it. Yeah. And right out the gate there, I need them to kind of climb this mountain a little bit. Well, this is going to be tricky, I think. Maybe do I change plans for this? Do I flip this around? And then have it go the other direction? So that it can kind of loop up and then go directly up this mountain? Is that what I do? Or I could use the drive tires to kind of get it around this mountain and then find a way to build up directly this way. And then I can maybe get enough speed that I can slope down to this and then start with the momentum part of the ride. Because it has to immediately climb if it's going to go this direction. I could give it a little bit of a speed boost, with these drive tires. And maybe that'll be enough. Oh, I need to shorten this one. Like maybe that would be enough speed to get up and over this. Obviously not that much. I guess probably just experimenting is the best way to really figure it out. Am I going to get... If I do a test right now where the road is obviously incomplete, am I going to be fined a lot? Am I going to lose money for testing it? Let's find out. I don't think I gave the drive tires very much energy. Okay, well, it blew up, and I lost the track. Which, I guess, technically... No! Stop test! What are you doing? Why are you still running the test? Stop! I'll be fine. I don't know. Oh, maybe I hadn't confirmed that piece of track. Maybe that's what had happened. Oh! Oh, I could do that. If the drive tires can get it to where the front can grab on, then I could use the train that way. Let's go back here. So how do I... Is there no actual power to... Oh, I thought there was going to be like a... I don't know what it is these things are doing. Okay, well that's moving that, which is weird. Top right tab. Utility settings. Acceleration rate. Target speed. What do these little buttons do? What am I messing with here? Hey, it can push them to where the track grabs, which is good. I kind of wish that was a little closer to the mountain, but that's easy enough to fix. Something to do with altering the existing piece of track. Oh, maybe for like changing angles and stuff. Like, for instance... Oh! Go back. Like, for instance, if I go back to this one... Oh. Never mind, I have no idea. Oh. Yeah, there we go. So I can kind of alter it after the fact. Not really what I wanted. I want to make this one longer. Yeah. So controls are a little bit weird, but I think it's just mostly needing to adjust to them. Guess it doesn't need to tilt that much. I'm a little confused why this is reversed like this, but maybe it's because I'm supposed to be coming at it like this. And I'll have to adjust angles, I'm sure, as I go along. Like this angle's obviously not good. Want something more like that. Maybe not quite that much. I don't know. It might be incredibly lackluster. We'll see how it looks. We'll see how it rides when it's done, you know. It might be cool, but it might be incredibly disappointing. We'll see. But it's Babby's first roller coaster, so you know, it'll be fine for what it is. Now the auto, I guess, is not that great. Kind of wish it would just give a straight track and let me work from there. And then if it can make it up over this hill, it should have some good momentum to work with. If not, I guess I could put in some drive tires maybe at this little up ramp, because this, whoops. See, why did it do that? There's not just like a way to like reset back to a perfectly straight track. That's all one? I thought that was two pieces. That was supposed to be two pieces. What the heck? So if I want to put some drive tire. Oh, maybe not. I didn't realize the rock was at a slant as much as it was. No, undo. No, redo. No, undo. No, dang it. Is there no redo in this game? Trial and error. It feels like I'm coming awfully close to that terrain, but I can trim that terrain if need be. I'm coming up right to the edge of the park, unfortunately, which means I won't be able to really block their view out into the wilderness. Yeah, see, I mean, that would be cool to do this, but I'm pretty certain there's not enough speed. In fact, let's just see what it looks like as it is with only the two boosts. It'll get up to this hill, and it'll probably make it down and around, and then it'll probably stall right at this hill. I don't anticipate it having hardly any momentum. Not unless I drop this down a little bit to get it a little bit more, but... It's a little bit of momentum. More than I expected, but... Yeah, there it is. There's the stall. I wonder if I could get more out of that. I think if I make it drop down a little bit more. Slow buildup is always fine. In rides, you know, you kind of want to start out with slow and get the anticipation going. And then, whoa, you kind of get the first little speed boosts. It's like, okay, we got a little bit of speed. Yeah, it needs a little something to get up and over this rock. Lowering the rock is an option. That is always an option, but I really wish I could put in some speed tires here. Like, really what I want to do is, like, trim the track, like, cut it right here in the middle, and then make, like, a short little section into the speed tires. Let me try working backwards here. Speed tires. What if I just put a little bit here, because that's about where it stalls. So I put the speed tires there, it'll grab it when the front reaches, and then push it the rest of the way down. Right? That makes sense. We'll see if it works in theory. I mean, it works in theory. Let's see if it works in practice. Ugh. It's a really ugly junction there. Guess we'll have to live with it. Guess we'll have to live with it. For whatever reason, it won't let me get terribly close to the terrain. Like, that's about as close as... Probably this track is the one that's causing the problems. Ugh. What? Someone quit? What's going on in my park? I guess I could come back to work. What was his problem? He was unhappy? Why were you unhappy? Somehow completely missed that. Okay. That was just one of our vendors. I don't think he was too highly trained, so I guess I can actually see somewhere. There. What was his training? Oh, he had 3 bars. Maybe I will rehire him. Maybe I wasn't paying him enough. Maybe the workload was too high. Seems like it came out of nowhere though. Let's just go ahead and rehire him. He pays not too bad. I guess you guys are working a bit extra. Try to keep an eye on my notifications. Alright, let's see if that little boost is enough to get up over the hill. I didn't adjust the speed on this. Let's just really accelerate them. Get as much out of that little track as we can. When it grabs on. The speed tires aren't great, admittedly. Oh, wow. There's very nearly enough speed to make it up and around that turn. Here's what we do. Go here. We expand the speed tires. Voila. Problem solved. Kind of. Lower it down a little bit. I see. So I can click on, well, at least that's. It looked like for a time being I could click on these little triangles and then adjust that individual point, but it doesn't seem to necessarily be the case now. Ah! Keep accidentally hitting right click. Now, come on, launch them. The speed tires basically just keeps them going. Doesn't really do much to actually speed them up. Like, that's about as far as we made it last time. Pushes trains along slowly. The other option would be to change this to a chain lift and then like raise them up more and then drop them down. Do something like this. Okay. No. Come on, camera, work with me here. H. No. I just wanted to select it. Maybe? Ugh, made this big ugly pillar, but if I extend the terrain out a little bit, the pillar will instead won't drop down quite as far, so I can fix that. What happened to my track here? What the heck? What the heck, yo? Seems like it barely makes it to that first chain track. I wonder if I could make this track a little more significant in that first little turn and still make it to this chain track here. Whoop. Time for the big drop. And here we go. Oh, it's it's a bit boring for the people at the front because they go up and over. Well, I made it. I mean, it's a bit of a disaster at the end, but that's why we test it. It's fine. See, they're just made of pixie dust. They're not real people. Don't know what I'm trying to do here. Okay, well, it seemed like it was making it, so let's kind of continue on from here. Maybe down through this canyon here is our next path. Because once we get to the top of this spiral, we're not going to have that much speed. So we kind of want to regain it. Then maybe like a sharp turn here. I said a sharp turn here. Okay. Where's my angle? No, I don't. How do I change the angle? There it is. Like that. Don't want to make people too nauseated from jerking back and forth. Whoosh comes down and around. Now I'm thinking what I want to do is maybe come out here, loop around. Maybe loop around, come back through the mountain, come out maybe like a hole right here, come down, and then ultimately dip down underneath the path and connect back up. It's not a terribly long ride, but I mean, look how short this one is. Where does it actually say the full length? I guess it's more like time. I was pretty sure there's a statistic somewhere that says average run length. Queue time. Oh yeah, it's under duration. That's probably ultimately what's important is duration. Although it would be fun to have a place where it full on stops. And like there's like some kind of like little scene that happens somewhere. Maybe where it stops is underneath the track and then there's like an underground scene that you kind of watch. And then once that scene's over, it'll trigger, I don't know, maybe like a chain track or something that pulls them back up out of the ground and back into the station. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll see. Yeah, I know that there are triggers. Question is, how much time do I want to spend on this ride? Now, this is a pretty good drop. They should be able to make it up. Maybe I want to cut out a little wide here if I'm going to make a sharp turn back. Now, is auto tunnel on? Yes, it is. Well, no, it wasn't. It is now. Looks about right. Haha, that's cool. Liking it. Really am. Didn't do a very good job right there on the exit, but I can manually sculpt that down. Intersecting terrain. Oh, that's why, because I hadn't completed this track yet. Now, turn it off for this second. Now I guess this is where I need to start thinking about. Is that long enough? That seems like a pretty decent ride, right? So if it goes down here and finishes, it won't be too lackluster. Guess I can always add a loop or two somewhere if I so desire. Nothing is permanent. Everything is temporary. So we'll leave auto tunneling on so that we can dig down underneath. Hopefully this will work as I envision it. Okay, what's the matter now? Don't know what it's so upset about, but probably something to do with the path. Maybe, oh, please tell me you can actually tunnel underneath the path. It's not going to be upset about that, is it? I'm really concerned that it's not going to let me. Okay, there we go. Am I going to need to circle back around? We'll see how this works. There's just like a big bubble around the pathway that you can't come within. You can only get so close to it. Okay, now I'm gonna make this. Well, I know I can't place it on. How do I make it unbanked? Well, I mean, it's connected now. That's something. I have a feeling it's going to stall somewhere. Let's just give it a test. We haven't done a test in a while. Bring up my window again. Done. Where are we at? Start test. All right, here we go. All right, we're coming up to the big drop. This is sort of a family-ish ride. It's not terribly fast. Whoa, it just disappears. That's a bit spooky. And then it'll let you go. Wow, you come pretty close to that rock there. Up and around. Oh good, we do make it. That's good. Down and around. Not a whole lot of speed to speak of, but we made it to the peak, which I think is the important thing. Yeah, I kind of slow down. I was hoping you'd be going really fast around this corner here. And then down through the tunnel, where it's just completely pitch black, and then back up. Well, it's something. Keep it closed. I want more speed around this corner. I'm not sure. I think maybe if I could get this spiral up higher, you'd have a lot more speed coming down this ramp here. Or maybe I just need to lower this more so that you can come up around. Let's think about this. I guess I gotta go back into edit mode. It seemed like we had enough speed. Maybe we had enough speed to get up to the top of this loop. Oh yeah, I guess we can look at the test. Oh wait. I think oh, because I changed the track. I lost all my coaster statistics. Well. Okay, well I want to adjust it anyways. Won't let me do that. Why won't you let me do that? Change the spiral, maybe make it a little tighter. Not too happy about something. It's like everything just became fixed in space. Well, I can delete it. Not that big of a deal. Ah. No, I don't want to add on. I don't want to add on. I want to adjust. Oh gosh dang it. Oh gosh dang it. Why you do this? Oh gosh dang it. Like I'm trying to select this spiral here. Okay, there we go. I guess because it's a spiral piece, instead of a custom track, like I just want to grab this end and raise it up. I guess I'll just add a short piece on, do it manually myself. Give us a little bit more of a downplay. I can't use the shortcut key to focus on a specific track. It just zooms into the middle of the ride itself. Well, the auto connect is not being my friend right at the moment. There it is. A little bit more of a dip there. Maybe they'll give us a little bit more of a speed boost. Let's give it a shot, see what that gets us. It's one thing to make it around the circuit, it's another thing for it to be enjoyable during. It's always going to be a little bit slow around that corner. I don't really particularly know how to fix that without maybe making the spiral even bigger. Slow climb to the tall peak. And some of these peaks, I probably could actually build up the terrain underneath so they're not so free floating. Build up a mountain right up underneath this one. So it's like you're going down over a mountain. Oh, nope. Not quite. All right, let's see here. Wait for it to come back around. I'm probably going to break something by lowering that a little bit, but oh well. It still makes it a chain track, so that's fine with me. Kind of has to use its own weight to pull itself over the top of that hill. Does it make it now? Makes it up and over. Nope. No, it does not. Okay. So be it. I don't like this little juddery bump. I'm just gonna delete that. Another lift hill? Yeah, maybe. Like just putting a little one for it to grab on right here. Guess we can try it. It's a bit rough right here. Can I adjust that a little bit? It's a little bit better. I'm not happy with this right now. This little bit of track. It just, like the way the tracks are kind of like this, it just looks like it's gonna shudder about. Twisting it doesn't seem to help. Oh, that was not what I wanted to do. You know what? While I'm thinking about it, let's just give this a good old save. Smooth all? That's a thing? I think I remember seeing that. Where was that at? Oh, maybe autocomplete will just do it for me. There we go. Oh yeah, there's the smooth all. If I hit smooth all. Okay. Okay, that's better. See where this gets us. Yeah, no kidding for the undo button. Saves my bacon. See, I can't really build up a mountain underneath this one because it would interfere with this little bridge thing I have, but I'll think about it. Mountain's not out of the question. I guess I put this in so that I could go more vertical. And I didn't. Yeah, still a bit slow around that curve, so stop the test. Stop the test! Ugh. That's not what I wanted to do at all. I just want to raise the one end. It's like raising up the whole platform. Do I need to delete it first? Now it's building from the wrong side. Alright, raise this to the ceiling. Or thereabouts, you know. Do not do that. Maybe what I need to do, I'm focusing too much on connecting it directly right here. Maybe what I need to instead do is do like a spiral down to it. Like do something like this. Or more like this maybe. So like it climbs up here and then it spirals down. That would give it more track to gain more momentum. Let's try it. And like I said, I can sculpt more landscape to clean up some of this empty space so that the track isn't quite so free-floating. Aesthetically speaking, I think it's okay from the ground. From up here, obviously, this little bump is not great. But we're thinking about part guests here. Here we go, up the first climb. Well, second climb, I guess. If it makes it all the way around, we'll take a look at the results. Around the first spiral, climbing up. Okay. You know, that is much better speed than what we had coming into that corner. I'm tempted to call that a ride. It comes into this last little stretch pretty hot, but it doesn't really matter how fast it ends up coming into the station, I guess. Okay. What are our results looking like? Duration, 88 seconds. 616, max speed is 51. Was that one of our challenges? No, I think it was a little bit faster. No, we did. 45 miles per hour. I'm sure if we actually open up this ride, we'll get that challenge. Average speed? Average speed is a little bit slow. Biggest drop, 21. How do I see the average excitement, fear, and nausea? Visualize excitement. Oh, here we go. Not very exciting at the very beginning. A little exciting. Top results. Thanks. I'm moderately content with it for my first coaster. First custom coaster. Ooh, that's the fun spot. 10 out of 10. Yeah, and over time I can tweak it. I don't know if that hurts its prestige or anything. And then a little bit of a fun boost there. Okay, let's stop the test. Let's take a look at fear. Not bad. Not too scary, I guess. I guess too scary is a bad thing. A little nauseating there at the end as they come to a screeching halt, I'm guessing. But overall, pretty good. Speed. Pretty slow at the beginning. That's probably what's hurting the average, is this slow start. But it's pretty fast for the rest of it. G-force is pretty okay, nothing too intense. Vertical, forward. Huh. Okay then. So now all I need to do to complete this, I mean, all I need to do, honestly, is connect up the queue, make the queue look pretty, make the scenery look pretty, and then open it up for rides, and then start thinking about if I want to put like a little underground scene there, or if I want to have the underground scene, or if I want to have like a scene here in the mountain that they pause for, and then just use the last bit of momentum to coast to the finish. Although I think the excitement did kind of peak at that last little bit, so I don't want to kill their momentum right there. Plus, maybe excitement will increase as I add visual effects. Is that a thing that happens? I don't know. Like as I add special effects, that triggers they're rolling around the mountains and whatever. And like I'll sculpt a little mountain peak that will come up around this. But that won't affect the overall enjoyment of the ride for most part. And this is weird. I'll have to figure out some way to... It's not the worst, I guess. Maybe do something. I need to sculpt out a little bit so I don't have this big ugly pillar coming down. So special effects do affect it a little bit. Oh, yeah. Make the theme ride more thematic, you know. Okay, let's figure out our queue here. Find something like wood. Yeah. Maybe like cobblestone leading. Flagstone. Flagstone queue, yeah. Put the entrance here, because the exit's going to be on this side. Oh, the flagstone is a path. Slabstone. Can I not? I know I can. I know I can have a different texture. I just have to retexture it as soon as I get the queue down. Oh, have you been building like the coasters, like the trains that like take you around the park and stuff like that? Ultimately, I want to do something like that, like have a monorail or something that goes around the park once I start expanding into a bigger park. That'd be kind of cool to have. So then like have a station here in Western Town, and then a station or whatever this ends up being, a station over here, and then like a main entrance off of Main Street. Okay, so queue. Oh. Let's just, what's, well, that's size. What's the up and down? I forgot the keys. Minus? Oh. 0? What's the shortcut keys for path? Is it path the same as raise and lower? Oh, I just click and then... Oh, U and J. Nope, go down. Let me actually curve around first. Terrain here is going to be a problem. I'm pretty sure this tunnel built out exactly as much space as it needs. I was hoping to come down around. I think I can fix it. I was hoping to bring the path out and around and then come back this way. Which I think I still can. I just can't go down to ground level quite yet. I guess too uneven? Okay. How many coaster doors that can be open and closed and the coasters leaving and entering the station? Oh, that's pretty cool. I think I remember seeing something kind of like that for like, it was like one of the space themed ones. So like these bay doors like open up at a certain point. I don't remember when I saw that. Hang on, I clicked off. I anticipate lots of traffic, so I'm gonna make the queue decently long for this. I mean, lots of traffic is the goal, obviously, but not necessarily guaranteed. Okay, now I want to repaint this queue. Stone slab, is that what I'm thinking? Or simple brick? I like simple brick. Apparently, stairs only have one kind of texture, regardless of what your real texture is. Just leave that the same. Now, technically, I could open it up for business. But let's make it look a little prettier. How do I want to make it prettier? So this is supposed to be like a train station. I mean, it's technically a coal train, but it is a train station nonetheless. Well, naturally, we'll drop down our speakers to get our easy scenery rating boost. Hide one right there. Hide one underneath there. That's fine. Select the ride and click the grid option. What are you doing over here? There's literally no guests over here. There's zero reason for you to be over here. That's why my guys are never catching anybody. It looks like we're making money in the background, which is good. Let's put that money towards some research. Wooden coaster. Shop brand. And a wooden coaster. Well, as always, trash can at the exit, just in case anyone needs to barf into it. Not likely with this ride, but you never know. Big hamburgers? Coal lumps? Oh, it's like a little tiny coal lump. That's a weird prop. There it is. I mean, it makes sense because it's a coal train, but it's so minuscule. It'd be cool if I had like a big coal lump. Do we have any coal miner animatronics? What happens if I just search for coal? Go all. All that comes up is the lump. Let's start. I was thinking I would start with plants. Maybe I'll just do plants anyways. And then I'll do something kind of like Flight of the Dragon has. So like there's greenery and stuff for the queue, but then there's these pillars and this covered. It's gonna take me. It would take me a while to build the building, so I might not do that. Get to that tonight, but we can put the greenery around the pathway and then put some pillars and stuff to make it look more like a train station. Why is there monkeys? What is selected on these speakers? Let's change this to Planet Coaster ambience. Just Western Town? What I really want is trains. Sound of a train. Vanilla. Raceway. Street. Egyptian singing bowl? Okay. Village ambience. Mine. Curious as to what the mine... Oh, it's just like dripping sounds? I think the subway station is probably going to be best. I think this speaker's just like putting out random sounds. Oh no, it's Dr. Chimp's laboratory, that's why. Interesting. Vintage sounds are probably from the new... Actually, all these sounds are probably from all the new DLC. But I don't have any of the DLC, so it's kind of curious that the sound packs are in here. Do I want to put this back on Subway as well? Yeah. The voiceover comms doesn't make sense, considering the age. But the rest of the train sounds kind of do. Well, I could see if 1930s radio. Eh. It's fine for now. Okay, that is obviously not a radio. That's obviously a broken 1930s radio. Hello? Can I select this, please? Subway. Can't quickly type it. Now, where was subway station? Better than nothing. don't know what direction to go with this. I'm just kind of putting down generic plants at the moment. Guess I could probably just select both of them and duplicate. Oop. Well, since I opened the menu, let's go ahead and save it anyways. Yeah, I like changing the color of the flowers just because it kind of breaks up the monotony that can be a whole bunch of the exact same flowers. Like, I think I did that. Oh, go back there. I think I did that in a couple of different places. Like, back here at Fly the Dragon, I changed up some of the rose colors. And all these lupines, I often change the colors of. You can change the colors on pretty much any of the flowers. And not all the flowers. I guess when it's called red floral bush, it has to stay red. But like the planters, I could change the colors on. Apparently I can actually change the colors on the planter itself. Yeah. So I can make that kind of a lighter color if I wanted to. Add a little variety. I think I need some trees along the back here. Sure, why not? We'll put a big oak there. I need to put some kind of little guardrail here. Some kind of barrier to keep people from wandering towards the actual hole in the ground. Let's go line to surface. You know, it's pretty okay at the moment. I guess what my senior rating's only 44. I guess I should probably focus on getting that before I open it up. Take it full advantage of the like new status. Like new? It is new. It's brand new. Take advantage of the brand new status and get that sweet, sweet prestige. Gas number is going up by quite a bit. I want to put something right here along the back. Flowers. I think foliage might make more sense. Put a green leafy bush there and there. Maybe like a tree right here. Nah, I don't want to block the view of it. When people walking by, I want them to be able to see the ride. Sunflowers would be kind of fun, but I'm not sold. I guess... Oh, you know what? I could probably hang it right off the edge. Because these are meant to hang off the edge. That'd be kind of cool. Let's do that. I guess in order to keep it from looking too samey, I would just need to vary it up a little bit. Who is that? Who's saying yo? Oh, you. Goofing off as usual. Put one at each of these pillars. I was thinking I could put like a big long stack of them, but when you get them too close together, it becomes a little more obvious that they're exactly the same. Can't actually change the flowers. Wait, that's not the same one? I don't even know if that's right. Oops, there. There. A little bit better. 50%. We're getting there. I suspect having a whole bunch of the roofing and stuff like that would help with the ceiling quite a bit. What would some of the building stuff be under? Art shapes is if you kind of want to build something super custom. This is all fireworks, right? Oh no, there's like smoke effects and stuff. Train has its own smoke effect. I don't need to add another one. So probably what I need to do is go in here, start building on station grid. Yeah. So this is how I would put in all the actual building stuff. I could put in a backdrop. It's not the worst idea. Let's think here. Wall pieces. Castle wall, castle brick, gingerbread, glass, metal, modern brick, modern wood, natural wood, painted wood plank, rough brick wall. Kind of like that. Gotta move this tree now, but don't worry about that when I'm done. I'll worry about maybe stacking that. Pretty big pillars. I like the iron column. That really fits. I don't like how it wants to hover above the actual floor. We'll figure that out. So like... Don't know how often I should put these. Like that. They're super tall. I could sink them down into the platform, but then they're going to be showing. I think there's maybe a shorter one. 6 meters. Let's just search for iron column. Nope, there's only the one. We'll manage. We'll make it work. Guess I accidentally left edit mode. So when I hit I to use the selection tool, it just completely leaves edit mode, which is obnoxious because I want to be able to select all these and move them down evenly. Why can I not even select them now? Hello? Am I missing something here? Did I put these outside? Building. Okay. This is a completely separate building. Which, that's not what I... Why is it a separate building? When I hit start building on station grid, maybe what it was doing is it started a new building on the station grid is what happened here. Oh, I should not have done that. I hit the grab button. Oh, I thought it had frozen. I'm like, it's not actually moving. Okay, I guess it is actually fully locked on there. Okay, well, I won't worry about it then. The lack of multi-select in certain situations is frustrating. A lot of this is going to be kind of close enough guesswork. It's not as if anyone's going to be scrutinizing it too closely. If I'm happy, then that's really what matters, right? I don't know how I'm going to deal with these oversized columns, but figure something out. Framework? Oh, this is like roller coaster support stuff. Let's see how roofs kind of work here. What kind of roof am I wanting? Scalped roof tile. That looks exactly like the same texture as one of the floor paths, I think. Wood? Does wood make sense with the time? Steel definitely doesn't. Corrugated iron? I don't know. The train station's usually nicer than the rest of town because like these have corrugated iron and it makes sense on these buildings, but train stations usually, I don't know, I guess the train station usually doesn't have slanted roofs. It's usually kind of open air almost sometimes. Can I stack? Yes, I can. Okay, where's my rough brick wall? Oh, that's modern. I want to stack this up too high. We'll have to slant up a little bit for those columns, but we'll do okay. Now what I want is a roof that isn't really a roof. If that makes any kind of sense. It might mean building something weird. Like I want a covering that comes out from this wall, but it you know, it's kind of like open. It's more like metal girders without the overlaying metal on top. But I don't know if there's going to be anything like that. Actually, it's kind of like this glass canopy, if I'm being real. Okay, why? Grid height. Select grid. I don't know what's going on. I really want to place it on top of this wall, but it's not letting me. It's placing it right on the floor. Grid reference. Click on an existing building piece to set the grid size and grid height. Did I do it? Select grid. I don't think I'm doing it. See, why will it not? Oh, I hold shift. Okay, there we go. Now it is hovering, but it's technically at the right height. Like that's technically the top of the wall, according to the snap. Maybe I'm not supposed to go that high up. Maybe I'm supposed to come down from the top like that. I really want it to rest right on top. Build it on grid and then maybe lower it down into the wall or something. If it'll let me build off the wall. So now is there flat glass panels as well? It's hard to tell which ones are fiberglass? No, that is not right. So they have these angled glass things, but they don't have anything to match. Roof trims. No. No. Disappointing. Maybe I need to rethink these. I have a possible idea. What if I just did something kind of like this? Is this gonna... And then I connect it up somehow? Nope. I gotta adjust the post just a little bit, but that's doable. And then I'll put cross beams going the other way. If it'll let me rotate these, of course. Will you please let me rotate? What about this one that's already down? Move. Where's my advanced move? It's also a little bit frustrating that they have these angled roof styles and then they don't have a matching flat roof style. How is that metal alloy? It's literally just untextured. I mean, I guess there is technically a texture, but not much of one. And that's just a flat color for doing whatever custom stuff you want, I guess. Brick. Am I going to use this wood? I kind of think I am probably going to use this. And then have like a little angle thing connecting this roof up to the columns. Pipe. Is there not a steel angled one? Maybe I need to go into the custom shapes or something. Or just do a pitched roof. Also, there's got to be a way to rotate this. What? What am I missing here? Like, if I could flip this around, I think it would be just about perfect. But like, I'm hitting X to rotate and it doesn't rotate. The building pieces are always weird. The props, I have no problem with placing precisely, but the building tiles work on this weird grid system, and they're supposed to be somewhat smart, but they just aren't sometimes. Wow, we made 4,000 bucks last month. I wasn't even doing anything. Time to look in the control settings. Maybe there's a shortcut key I'm missing. Building edit mode. Place piece. Cancel placement. Select multiple. I tried that and it didn't seem to be working most of the time. See, and I'm hitting Z to rotate. But it's not. And the toggle advanced move isn't working either. It's because I'm working on this like weird grid system. I don't wanna work on this weird grid system anymore. Select grid. If I just cancel out of that, can I? Because, like, I can go into any of these scenery things as soon as they load up. And, like, I could put, like, a trash can right... Well, not trash can. Something? Any kind of a prop? I don't know if that actually put it as part of the building. No, it didn't. For instance, when I edited this building, I think, and put some sticks in there and stuff. I've done it before. I don't know why it's not working now. Is there two different angles? Is there just like another piece that's the opposite angle? What's this piece even called? Wood tile roof. Okay, that's the exact same thing. I'm just gonna put each of these down. Oh, that one has a little bit of an overhang is what that's the difference between that one. That one has a different slope, which might be more in line with our pillars. There's a 1, 2, 3, and 4 millimeter slopes. Yeah. And then that one's super steep, which I guess it's how high it goes up. Go down. But like, I want to rotate it and it's not letting me rotate. Like, I can't imagine... They would force you to do this one angle. I wonder if it's just because it has to be attached. I don't know. I'm really just guessing here. Oh. That dynamically changes that. Interesting. Oh, and I get the grid height. Because then that's how much it goes up and down. So at 2 meters, each of the walls is 2 meters, so... Okay. What if I just do this? I split it from the building. I rotate. Check. I'm just going to make it its own building, and then maybe I can merge it back into the building. Control D. See, this is what I've been trying to do. I don't know why it wasn't letting me do that, though. Or just leave it as its own building. Save it as a blueprint, then drop it onto... I don't know. Let's just not actually even worry about it. I mean, it looks fine the way it is. It's a separate building, but ultimately kind of accomplished something. I don't think it's worth fussing about right now. Senior ratings at 72%. That's pretty much what I could hope for when opening a new ride. Do I want to open it? Is there anything last thing I want to do before I open it? Yeah, let's sculpt up our mountain here. And these, yeah, they do automatically update. So let's fix this little thing there. Okay. We'll start growing our mountain here. It's a bit silly at the moment. Whoa. Weird choice for it to do that, but if I go up high enough, will it be happy? No. I mean, maybe once I roughen it up a little bit, it won't be that weird. I can add a little there, you know. Because this is the backside, so not a huge concern, I guess. Yeah, it always sticks out those weird legs. Some of our shrubs are going to get lost, but I can easily replace them. There might be something else hidden there that I accidentally covered up, but I'm not worried about it. A couple dollars is all I'm sure I lost. The way the roughen tool pulls stuff up and more than it pushes stuff down, it's a little annoying. I could put some shrubs right there. It's a bit of a let's kind of calm that down a little bit. Whew. That's a little bit better. All right. Maybe roughen up the top of this. Here's my creosote bushes. Those are the ones that have been looking best here. One of you right there. One of you right there. Okie doke. I'm feeling pretty good about this now. Still going to add some special effects, but I don't think I'm going to do that tonight. Maybe what I'll do now is we'll tie things up here. We'll open up the ride, and then we'll tag along on its inaugural journey. Let's see how it does. It's already got a prestige rating of 511. So, based upon the formulas that you've given me, we can start ticket price 15. Come on, come on. Oh, we don't even have a name for this. It's just Canyon Runner. Nah, we gotta rename that. It's Canyon Runner 3. What are we calling this? Crazy Mountain Coal Train? No. What's an appropriate name for this ride? Canyon Runner 5000. Needs to be something kind of original, but also kind of ride sounding. Maybe once I get around to adding more special effects, it'll kind of earn its name. But for the time being... This is tough. I don't know. I keep going back to the coal train since that's kind of the basis of it. That's what the actual machine is supposed to be, I think. Let's just call it Wild Wild West. I know it's not very original, but that'll be the placeholder name until I change my mind. Mine Train is the type. All right. I could consider adding another train, but I think one is probably fine for the time being. There isn't really enough room for the second one to sit in the bay, and I think it goes around too fast for a second one to start running. Here are the first few people. I know they're coming to this ride because there's nothing else out here. Oh, I need to turn off set lighting. Is it gonna go before people actually get on? Interest? It is gonna go. I don't want it to go, but it's going to. I'm sure it's because of the minimum wait time. That's okay, it'll give people a chance to queue up. Oh, people are complaining about the price. Okay, fine. How about 13? Earn the big bucks while it's still brand new. Alright, people, queue up. Some people, I guess, weren't impressed with the price. Probably not going to be very many people on the first ride. It's probably going to take off before these other people get here. Well, Maybe get half load. 3/4? 3/4? Can I want to view it from the back. First person. Because when you select it, it only puts you in the very first seat. So let's ride it from the back. Here we go. Hi. Whoa! Around the first loop-de-loo. Up another little jaunty-do. Down we go. Whoa, that's a bit jarring. Whew. Might have to adjust that a little bit there, but... Ugh. People get jerked all around. Well, it could do with a little bit of tweaking. Really cost an arm and leg. People are still complaining about it? This park is very spacious. Hey, this person said it's well worth wait. Well. Wait, hang on. I'm still on the person. Select the ride. There we go. Well maintained. Look at all these people. Holy smokes. All right. I feel like that's a good place to probably wrap things up. That was kind of like my main goal for the night, is to get a custom ride built, get it up and running, get the features in that I wanted, you know, with the tunneling and through the mountain and stuff. Yeah. Next time, I want to spend some time maybe getting some special effects going, different places, like maybe get some like explosions or something. Maybe as they come through this place, there's like a big explosion in the mountain or something. I don't know. Maybe make this a little bit more interesting by having some kind of animatronics going on. I don't know. Something. We'll see. But thanks for hanging out with me. Thank you for all the new follows. If you followed tonight, SPF Sanuk, Vicky Leagues, Hambreath. Thank you for all those follows. Really appreciate it. I'm gonna try and come back tomorrow night. We'll see what my schedule ends up looking like, as I guess usual. But anyways, have a good night, everyone, and until next time.